Okay, hello, and welcome to page 24 of my graphic novel of comic strips, Found Earth. This video, I'm going to talk a little bit about just getting up and doing the work, and maybe some commentary about the what's going on for the inspiration for the comic strip that we're going to see drawn today. So this video, I started off showing everything from the page layout to everything else. I get to use some odd-shaped panels and use the gutters there to direct where the eye goes. I like creative pages like this, the ones where it's not just squares. I like the odd-shaped panels. I think that it adds to the design of the whole thing, and it adds some interesting visuals to what's going on. So this, in this comic strip, we have the worker robot getting eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex after all the discussion about the really large lizards being harmless, and they don't have to really worry about them as far as danger goes. Something comes along and it smacks you in the back of the head and eats you and walks away and blows your mind, much like these robots. It's kind of like life sometimes, where things are going smoothly and then all of a sudden something comes along that you didn't see or expect, and now you have to reevaluate everything, and there's a moment of panic. Special thanks to Scott Snyder for his contribution to the financials for creating this thing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this. Let me know in comments if you're still digging this. Yeah, we've had this happen multiple times at work, where things are going smooth and all of a sudden something comes out of nowhere that nobody saw or expected and changed everything and quote ruined end quote everything, according to some of the people at work that were affected by it. So this is kind of a play on an exaggeration of the sheer panic that goes on when something unexpected ruins everything. Went through, did the rough pencils, and now with the mechanical pencil, filling in detail and finalizing some of these lines. While it is a comic strip, I really enjoy some of the line work that Eric Larson? No. Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane do in their comic books. So I try to emulate some of that with the cartoony nature of the whole thing. I don't use a lot of big blacks, big huge shadows, because it is a coloring book and I want to give as many opportunities to color it your own way when you get to the point where you can color this like a coloring book in your own home. I don't want to take away anything from what anybody wants to do, so minimal shadows and just lots of white space to fill in. A little bit of humor to go with it, I've mentioned this before, but I love dinosaurs. I love drawing dinosaurs. It was the first career that I wanted to do when I was young, and so it is most definitely my pleasure to do this. In the background, I have some nature sounds, just kind of so it's not dead air. But I'm pulling from, comic books that I loved growing up, to do the format and the kind of art that I want to do for this. But I want to keep it cartoony, and so this is what I came up with for the design work for these characters. It just, at this point, it just boils down to showing up every day and doing this. I tend to work on this stuff every weekend. I try to get at least one page done a week. For those of you doing the math, we're almost halfway through a year with this pace. So this has taken a while, and I hope that in the end it's something that's worth it for you guys to watch. And I know it's at the very least fulfilling for me to actually have made it and completed it. Again, I have 3 volumes of this at 65 pages each, so we're talking about 195 pages, and so this will be a significant time investment. I have like 20 other projects to get done, so I'm going to go through them one by one, and most likely through here I'm going to just continue to make and post and do commentaries over, and you move mountains one rock at a time, and that's just how it happens. Not that making these are laborious or absolutely horrible to do. It's just the closest analogy I have with 20 plus stories to tell. 1 page a week, every week, for the rest of my life? I don't know. It'd be cool if it was. And then everybody would get to enjoy all the stories that have been rattling around in my head for the last 15, 20 years. Not all of them are work-related or as deep thought as this. Some of them are just children's stories that take 10, 20 pages. Some of these are again, long, elaborate comic book stories that are, one of the ones that I have is 125 pages. Another story that I have could be done as a daily or weekly comic strip. I'm not sure I could keep up with a daily schedule. Not with kids in the house and full-time job and all that stuff, but I could probably crank out 2 or 3 a week and consistently post them, and that would keep my artwork simpler, I think, and the storytelling simpler. And maybe it could be a more pure insight, because there'd be less filter into the story. I have this really cool idea about this witch who goes around hunting dragons in space for aliens. So I don't know, I'm sensing a theme with that. I may skip a couple of stories before I get to that. Yeah, just create something and do it consistently and put it out there and let other people enjoy it. If you have something that you like to do or create, just put it out there. Somebody in the world will like it. Just do it consistently as a favor to everybody. It trains your mind and gets you more easily in the mood to finish projects like this. Move the mountain one rock at a time. Okay, so I'm nearing the end of the video, and I babbled. I don't know if it was anything good. I hope you enjoyed it. At the very least, you can turn down the volume on the video and just watch the drawing and turn on your own music. Licensing agreements, I can't do that, but you can. So I will see you next week. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Joe Lambden and Scott Snyder, for your contributions to the Patreon. Thank you very much. Have a good week.